gentlemen, my cherished ducklings. This is actually a bow because occasionally a girl wakes up and she says, today I want to look like Minnie Mouse. So that's what happened. Hi, welcome to New York City celebrity psychic, Peri Lyons, which is also me. And I'm so glad you're here. Makes me so happy. Okay, well, we're going to move right to the tarot psychic weather for the week. Not to be confused with actual weather, because psychic weather doesn't actually damage the crops, and we can't control it with our minds. Oh, wait, maybe we can. What I'm going to do is pick 3 tarot cards that will sort of describe the week coming up, and I'm picking them randomly, rooting around now. I hope you guys had a good week. I saw a really good movie called on it's Prime called Family Games. The terrific director's name is Suzuya Bobo. She's lovely. So it's a really good movie, Family Games. Go watch it. Oh my gosh, this is awesome. Wow. Okay, the 3 cards I picked. And this is kind of tuning into what people used to call, and still do in fact, the zeitgeist, which is a word that means spirit of the time, the spirit of the moment. And so it's kind of an unconsciously agreed upon thing that we all sort of experience the time of our culture at the same time. It's why people tend to, if you look back at old pictures, people are wearing like strange fashions, but at the time they were all wearing it, so it seemed normal. So zeitgeist for our week is the Ace of Cups, which is great. It means that it's the beginning of a time of, the beginning of a whole cycle. Oh, hi, Annabelle in Syracuse. I'll be ready with you in a minute. Just going to finish this. I love the name Annabelle. Oh, love that name. Okay. This is, I'm going to hold it up the right way, or the wrong way. I've been doing this for 2 years. I can never get it right. Okay, the Ace of Cups this week is the beginning of a new cycle. And that cycle is, cups represent emotions. The Ace of Cups is the beginning of a whole new time of, but it contains a lot of emotional satisfaction. If I get this for a client, it often means that they're about to fall in love, which I'm like, no, don't do that. But it's the beginning of a new time of like emotional freedom, feeling loved and supported by those around you, feeling like you really suddenly know and love yourself. It's a very good card. I love doing that. Okay. The next card is really good, and I think this has to do, it's called the Sun card. When you get the Sun card, the times I've gotten this in my life have always been times when, I'm sorry, I'm being outwitted by a colored piece of cardboard here. There. Anyway, the times I've gotten the Sun card have always been the times that I was happier than I expected to be by any reason. Like, it's a time when it's not actually representing a naked baby and a horse coming through your living room, although if that happens, please call me. I'll give you the number of a good therapist. But the Sun card represents a time when we're emerging into the sunshine, which is literally what's kind of happening now. And we're emerging into a new time in our lives and a new time in our society when things are getting, I mean, it's a little, we've got some birth pains now, but things are about to get better than they've been for a long time. And we're, in our personal lives, this week should see a lot of opening up, a lot of great, again, beginnings, new beginnings, unless that's redundant. Are there old beginnings? Okay. This is a great card. And it's a, if you find yourself feeling like a childlike sense of wonder and happiness this week, that's this card. And what's the last card? Oh, wow. I really like that. The Chariot card, and honestly, this came up with the Page of Swords. I grabbed them both at the same time. Page of Swords is kind of like the Zoom card. It's a card of, okay, I'm going to get this right. There you go. It's a card of electronic messages. It's of messages like, it's a card of getting stuff done through unseen means. I'm trying to say the internet, but it's been kind of a crazy day, so I'm not actually saying the internet. And this is a card. The chariot card is a time of triumph. So if you have been like doing remote meetings, you might find that you're going to continue to do that, and that you also might have found during the last couple of weeks or months that you have a talent that's really brought out in like remote meetings, that you have a talent for communication, that you find that you're expressing your ideas in a clearer way than you ever have before. The Page of Swords is about like communication, emails, Zoom meetings, and the Chariot card is a card of victory. So looks like a good week. Okay, we've got Annabelle. Thank you so much for being here, Annabelle. How can I help you today?
Honestly, I like just want a reading about anything, about maybe my life, my future.
The good stuff, right? I got you. Ready, honey?
Exactly.
Okay,
yeah.
I like to connect with people by asking what their birthday is. You don't have to tell me the year. So just tell me your birthday.
June 3rd.
June what? It beeped
3rd.
when you said the June 3rd. Oh, you little Gemini, you. Well,
yep.
I'll charge you. I like to charge my Gemini clients twice as much because there's 2 people I'm reading for. That's also a very good week of Gemini. That's the Libra week of Gemini, and it's the nice Gemini, the Gemini who won't dazzle you with her charm and run off with your boyfriend and your jewelry. The Libra Gemini is the one who comes in and just kind of makes everybody feel better. You're a good peacemaker. You're good at making things pretty. And tell me your first name, my love. So it was Annabelle. Sorry, I knew that. Hold on 1 second.
Annabelle. Yep.
Yeah, got it. Oh, you're very original. Do you have a little ADHD, which I actually consider a gift? Because your mind just is always working, and you're thinking really unusual. You have the capacity to think about like a lot of different things. You know, most people just think about like 1 or 2 things. You see the world as this sort of wondrous Disneyland of adventures and possibilities. You have lovely energy. I'm going to pick some cards for you, which I don't usually do. Knight of Swords. King of Cups.
Thank you.
You're welcome, and you know it's true too. Wow, this is really good. I'm looking at your cards.
It is.
Yeah, it is. Hold on 1 second. I've got a lot of cards here. I got very, very ambitious all of a sudden. Okay. Priestess. You know, you have a certain amount of sort of, ooh, cool. You have a certain amount of psychic ability or intuitive ability. Have you noticed that?
Swear to God, I do think I'm psychic.
Yeah. I don't think it's weird. I think everybody.
And I can like connect with our saints.
You connect what? Say it again.
I feel like when I talk to people, like they're gonna say I like can. You probably think I'm crazy, but I feel it.
Did you say you connect to their saints earlier? Was that what you said? Or did I just hear that? You totally connect with people. And if you didn't say I connect with their saints, then that's actually what you're doing. No matter what religion or creed they are. You do have an ability to kind of jump into the other person's space in a very good way, in a non-intrusive way, right? But you have the ability to kind of jump into other people and feel and do a kind of what I call soul listening when you choose to. But it's a really interesting talent. And next week I'm going to be teaching a class in this. And I've got a new little book I'm going to be promoting about how to get in touch with this. But for you, you know, if you can find an app, like a meditation app, there are a couple of good ones. 10% is nice. Calm is nice. And just do a meditation in the morning, use an app. It's much easier. That will get you in touch with your ability a lot faster than almost anything else. However, another thing you can do, and then we'll get to your reading, is just get a little notebook. And when you have like a little premonition or a little thought about somebody, or just write it down and don't censor yourself, even if it seems stupid. Even if you see your friend like Jane and she's got a bowl of petunias in her head, just write that down, because she might call you later and say, probably not that I've got a bowl of petunias in my head, but it will make sense later on. Interesting thing about you too is you're both visual, right-brained, because we have a right and a left brain. So the right brain is kind of creative and visual, abstract and psychic. The left brain is good at organizing, getting stuff done, and thinking about things. You have both of those. That's really interesting. I don't get to see that very often. One of the cards that came up for you is the High Priestess upside down. Says, yes, you are psychic. You have abilities. It wants you to turn this card right side up and use them. Don't be afraid of them, because it's a beautiful part of you. Now, here's what I see coming up for you. The first card that came up is the Knight of Swords. And that is often, the Knight is men, usually under 40. The swords can be a man or a woman or a llama. I'm not going to make any assumptions. But I think it's a man for you. He's a Libra, an Aquarius, or a Gemini. And he kind of is coming in like a knight in shining armor who wants to save you. But you're very independent, which is great. However, is there somebody around you who sort of wants to be with you, but you're like, I can take care of myself? I'm going out on a limb here. Is this making any sense to you?
Absolutely. Sounds
really?
crazy, but yeah.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what's interesting is he wants to be the King of Cups for you, but it's upside down. So what he wants to be is like the good boyfriend, husband, father card. However, he's a little, God bless him, he's a little dopey. And I mean that in the sweetest way, but sometimes, you know that book, The 5 Love Languages? It's a great book. It says that people speak different languages of love. So I like compliments. I give compliments when I love somebody and I love to, but like my boyfriend loves to do things. And I had to sort of train him with a whip and a chair to give me compliments. And I had to learn that his love language is doing stuff. So if I want to show him how much I care about him, I do stuff, because that's his language. Now, reason I'm saying this is this person has a different love language than you. And I think it's a little frustrating, because I think you want him to do this, this, and this, but that's not how he expresses his feelings. So if you're open to him just expressing his affection and honestly love for you in a way that's a little different than your expectations, is this making sense to you? Do you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, it definitely makes sense.
Yay. Because he's a good guy. He is. But I think it's a little frustrating for you right now, because I think girls, women, no matter how, I'm a feminist, but I want somebody to, bring me roses and buy me little gifts with lots of diamonds in them. I don't actually expect that, but there's a little girl part of me that kind of does. So if he's not doing that, look at how he is showing you he cares. Does he show up? Does he call? Does he see how you're doing? Does he share ideas with you? So that's that. Now, in other aspects of your life, you have a small nuclear family, but a large extended family. Is that right?
Yeah, I would say so.
Good. There are going to be some secrets coming out in your family. It's interesting. I'm not going to say everybody's family has secrets. Heavens to Betsy. I didn't find out that one of my brothers was actually a large marmoset until a couple of years ago. Kidding, um, but it looks like in your family there's going to be some changes for the better. Do you mind if I ask? I'm getting 2 kids around you, but I'm not sure if you already have them or if they're coming up for you. Sorry, been a long day.
Well, I don't have any kids, and I hope they're not coming up.
Do you have nieces or nephews? I got kids around you, but they didn't seem
Yeah,
like
I
they were
do.
yours right now. Okay. So there it looks like there
I have
are
2
either,
godchildren.
that's it. Okay. 2 girls or boy and a girl? Don't say 2 boys and ruin my
2
name.
boys.
Great, thank you. Okay, well, my godchildren radar is a little off, but it's interesting. You're going to be seeing a lot of them sort of unexpectedly soon. And these kids, the godmother role from somebody who's 10 godchildren, these kids really look up to you, and they see you as this kind of independent, cool, like fashionable person. And I would sort of look at that because I think you're having a little low self-esteem moment, which all fantastic women do occasionally. It looks like you're going to be fighting for a position at your job that you're going to win. Somebody else is trying to elbow their way in. And then around September, the Fool card comes up, which does not mean you're a fool, quite the opposite. You're going to be starting, either going to get a promotion and a new title and work with other people, or you're going to get a different and new job. It's one of the two. The Fool is the beginning of a whole new journey in your life. It's a step up, and you might be taking on something professionally, or if you don't have a job, this might be when a new one shows up. You might be taking on something professionally that is a little scary, but you're going to find out that you can do it, and boy, can you do it. So you've got a good year coming up. It also feels like you might actually get engaged this year. This card, when it shows up, is surefire. It's 2 people standing under what the Jewish culture calls a chuppah, which is a wedding like canopy. So that might be in your future. Yeah, that's about, what else am I getting? Yeah, so explore your sort of psychic and intuitive side. The last thing I'm going to say is this is your advice card, and you can be really outgoing and charming and creative. And also on this card, if you see the little black cat at her feet, that means she's psychic. So don't be afraid to be your sort of most outgoing, shiny self and to explore sort of your psychic abilities, because those will really serve you in your job, your love life, and the rest of it. Sound good?
Sounds good. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Come back soon. Tell your friends. Okay. Take care, my dear. Thank you.
I have a friend right here. Thank you.
All right. Hi, friend. Thank you. Okay. Who's up next? Wait, by the way, oh, Amanda. I love that name. My sister-in-law named Amanda. Hi, Amanda. How are you today?
Hi, how are you?
Oh, you got a beautiful, like, contralto voice. Nice. I'm well. How are you?
Good.
You have a slightly pressing issue. I just want to quickly ask you when your birthday is, if I can do that, just because that helps me tune into you fast.
It's December 19th, 82.
Good day. Oh, you're just a baby. I have shoes older than you. Okay. You have a question that you might be a little like, should I ask this? Go ahead, ask it. What's your question, my love?
I really don't know. I'm just like questioning about like maybe relationships, financial wise.
Yeah, it's been a tough couple months for you. It feels like you felt like a little isolated. I mean, even if you weren't, you felt that way. Financially,
Yeah.
There's an opportunity. Yeah. Well, you're going through a lot of growth. Let me see what the cards say about Amanda. Let's do 3 cards for you. Tell us especially about Amanda's. Okay. Okay, this goes along with what I got when I was tuning in on you. There are a couple of opportunities financially that you might not be seeing, or if you do see them, you might be like, I'll do that tomorrow, which would make you exactly like everybody else in the world. But there are more opportunities for making money around you than you think. When you get the 5-cup card, the 5 of Cups is somebody, if you notice, I'm sorry, if I hold this right, if you notice, he is this guy who's wearing this kind of depressing outfit. He's looking at 3 spilled cups, but he's got 2 full cups behind him. So this is saying there are opportunities around you that you may not be seeing because I'm not sure if you're taking your talents and your wonderfulness seriously enough. It's a little hard, you know. It's go ahead. There's also do you mind if I ask what state you live in?
Ohio.
Okay. If you go to the Ohio .gov website, the Office of Unclaimed Property, I think that there is some money you don't know about there. That's what my guides just said. I'm going to say, if you want to get in touch with me, I'm Peri Lyons, P-E-R-I, like in Periwinkle, Lyons, L-Y-O-N-S, on Facebook. If you get in touch with me, I'll send you the link for that. But I think that there are some unclaimed funds waiting for you. I got $10,000 through an unclaimed funds thing about 7 years ago. So, and it's the same, I'm getting the same kind of vibe for you. There's also a side hustle that you could do because you have a talent. There's something that you're so good at and just do so naturally that you sort of take it for granted. You don't think of it as special. Do you have like a hobby, or what's something that you like to do that you wouldn't think you could make money at?
I have no idea. Cleaning?
Like,
That's what I used to do, was cleaning.
I think this is a little easier than that. So I'm going to tell you a few more things. After we hang up, I'd like you to just think back. It's like, are you a really good baker? Do you make terrific candy? Are you, think about stuff that you do naturally for your kids and the people around you. And understand, you also have a beautiful speaking voice. You can do voiceovers. The Knight of Pentacles seems like there is a young man. Do you have a son, a grown son, who is a Capricorn, Taurus, or a Virgo?
Do I?
First of all, do you have a grown son?
Do I have a son?
Do you have a son?
No, I have 4 daughters.
Oh, okay. There's a young man around in your vicinity. Sorry about that. It's just when I saw the Knight of Pentacles. There's a young man, he's under like 35, the Knight of Pentacles. Pentacles signify money. And this means to me that there's somebody around you who there's an opportunity that can come through him. How old is your oldest daughter? 19?
My oldest is 19.
Yeah. Damn, I'm good. Can we get a little applause for that? Yeah, your girls are great too. And by the way, I know you worry about them, but they're all going to be fine. They really are. They're smart, and it's funny. The 2 of them are so different that they might as well be from different planets. But they're smart, and you've done a really good job. Maybe this is the guy your oldest daughter is seeing right now, but there's a younger man around you who there's an opportunity coming through him. And it's more interesting than cleaning, although I really respect cleaning. And if you want to come to Maryland and help me with this place, which I'd be very grateful. The last card I got for you, Amanda, is, oh, that's interesting. I got the engagement card again. I don't know if one of your girls is going to get engaged, or if it's interesting. This says to me that the opportunity I'm looking at for you might have something to do with weddings or doing hair and makeup for weddings, doing catering for weddings. There's some opportunity there. I don't know if there's a wedding center where you live. Now, wow, you've overcome more obstacles in the last 7 years than most people have overcome in like 90. So you're really strong. You've done most of it alone. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So understand that you have done, like, you performed a huge, like, miracle feat, getting those girls brought up and clothed and fed and to be really good people. If you can do that, you can do anything. And there's a lot of opportunity coming up for you at end of July, early August. And if you want to know more, Peri Lyons on Facebook, get in touch with me. I'll give you a free 15-minute reading and hook you up with some, I'll help you out as much as I can, because you have done so much for other people that it would be fun to give back to you. Are you down with that?
Yeah.
Get in touch with me. Okay. Because you deserve some support. Yes. And a vacation. All right, my love. Thank you so much for calling in. And Amanda, I have so much admiration for you and every other single mom out there. Man. And bless you. Bless your paws and whiskers, as a friend used to say. And have a great week. And it just gets better, everyone. It just gets better. Come back next week. I'm Peri Lyons, New York City celebrity psychic on Moonstruck TV, A1OR Radio. And thank you so much for gracing my life with your presence. See you soon. See you next week.